All right. Well, I might just ask the commissioners to depart if you've done with that issue. I'll take a couple of issues on a couple of questions on current issues. Otherwise, yes, mate.
The Senate inquiry into the au pairs issue has released about 180 pages of documents. They show you took an urgent and personal interest in these cases. Is that the sort of standard level of interest that the Home Affairs Minister takes in these cases? And in light of these documents, are you still comfortable that you've behaved within the ministerial guidelines?
Well, I don't want to preempt the report of the Labor Greens Senate inquiry. So I don't want you to be surprised. That when you've got a Labor Greens majority Senate report, which is nothing more than a witch hunt, I suspect, and again without preempting or spoiling your surprise, I suspect they're going to say that I'm a bad person. The evidence won't back that up, but that will be the claim, of course, made by Labor and the Greens. Now, that's their political angle that they want to take. Obviously, they thought they had a star witness who proved to be discredited. There is no third case, as referred to by one of the witnesses. The witness didn't come forward to be cross-examined. This is nothing more than a witch hunt. It was always the case, and if they can point to something to the contrary, let them do that. But I suspect they can't do that because they haven't provided the evidence, and that was clear in the inquiry. So it will be a political report with political recommendations from Labor Party and the Greens, who have the numbers on that committee. And I'm sorry to spoil your surprise. Yep.
Minister, the emails seem to show that your office contacted the Queensland police officer. Is that the usual practice? Why didn't the department do it?
Well, again, I mean, have a look at the thousands of cases that an immigration minister deals with on a yearly basis across administrations. Contact is made through members of parliament. Cases are presented to my office on the phone, people ringing up my office every day, sending emails in to my MP address, etc. I mean, the queries come in through a number of ways, and we can ask for information in relation to those cases. The two instances that you're talking about don't deviate from normal practice, not of me as Immigration Minister, not of Chris Bowen as Immigration Minister, and a long line before it. All right? Yes, mate.
Minister, you say that these didn't deviate. Does that mean that every case gets this kind of intervention from your office? No,
mate. In terms of the assessment, I look at matters on their merit, and as I reported the other day to the House, cases that I've intervened in very quickly, to go back to the previous point, where kids are involved that are sick, where the department's recommending an aged parent with a terminal illness but is at the end of their visa period to be deported, and advising me that that person should be deported. I've overturned that decision of the department. That's the whole idea of ministerial intervention. A case where a lady wanted to go to a funeral recently, I intervened in a matter of hours from memory in relation to that matter as well. And that has been the history of immigration ministers. So look at the original claims that were made in relation to this case. Look at some of the fallacious points that were put by the Labor Party and the Greens. None of it has come to anything. And this is actually why Shane Newman, I think in his first question, got number 8 after having built it up in the media for a couple of weeks. They haven't asked a question. Not yesterday, not the day before. Let's look at the obvious political interference here. One more?
Regarding the case of the au pair in Adelaide, it's clear from the emails that the ABF opposed the use of your powers, told you that the department would be liable for the cost of the flight, and the office went into overdrive for a solution. So do you still say that you don't know these people?
Mate, I've already dealt with all of those facts. Is there any other
Did we have to pay
any other issues?
Was there a cost to the Commonwealth because she was already on the plane?
No, there was no cost to the Commonwealth. I think that's been established. Yep.
Was it usual to take her off the plane before the intervention had been made?
Well, again, you can't have ministerial intervention after somebody has been deported, right? So the opportunity for a minister to exercise ministerial intervention is whilst the person is still in Australia or in immigration detention. So, as I say, there will be, from my perspective, and I suspect from yours as well, no surprises when you read a Labor Green report dominated for political reasons, The witnesses have been discredited, and I think you'll see it pretty obvious what they recommend by way of recommendations, and I'd brace yourself for that. Thanks very much.